Oh, no. There's no need for a tune-up. In November it's gonna be a year. How many champions defend their title once a year? There's a lot of fighters that fight once a year. Nobody says, oh, he's been off or he's coming off, a long layoff or he needs a tune-up. No, they go fight the best in the divisions. There's no difference from Vergil. He fought last December, so we're going after Boots. That's the fight we're going after.
Robert Garcia is standing firmly behind his fighter. In his view, Vergil Ortiz Jr. doesn't need a tune-up before stepping into a showdown with Jaron Boots Ennis. Garcia believes Ortiz is fully prepared to jump straight into one of the biggest fights at 154 pounds, and he's confidently predicting that the night will end with a knockout victory.
Saez was able to land and hurt Boots, I think it was, the third round? Everybody looked at me like, your boy will knock him out, your boy will knock him out. But then, he came back and did his job and took care of business. That also says a lot about a fighter. Boots is a warrior, but I definitely know Vergil will hurt him.
Yeah, that's so, but you don't see it going 12 rounds.
It won't go 12 rounds. Wow.
Sergio Mora sees Vergil Ortiz's recent progress as an encouraging development, but he doesn't believe the journey is complete just yet. In his opinion, Ortiz could still benefit from one more fight before a showdown with Jaron Boots Ennis becomes the main focus again. Mora feels that each setback along the way has only made the long-anticipated matchup more difficult to stage at the ideal time.
So Vergil needs to remind people again, and guess what that means? He's gonna have to fight one more fight before we get the Boots fight. This is what this hiatus, this legal hiatus caused. And this is why boxing can never really strike when the iron is hot.
As the discussion rolls on, Chris Mannix maintains that a Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Jaron Boots Ennis showdown should be the top priority at 154 pounds. He believes there are very few compelling alternatives in the division, particularly with several of the other leading contenders already committed to different fights. In Mannix's view, the demand for this matchup has only continued to build, making it the fight boxing should be working hardest to deliver next.
There's no market for anyone but Boots next because there's no other options. Like, if Vergil doesn't fight Boots, Boots is probably going to fight Josh Kelly in a title unification fight, which is a very easy fight to make for Matchroom. Sebastian Fundora is penciled in for a title defense sometime in the fall. First fight of his PBC on DAZN contract. He's not going to be available the rest of this year. There's nobody else, Sergio, in the 154-pound rankings that I care about. Like, unless you can give me a name that you think is a marketable, good, solid fight for Vergil Ortiz, I want to see this fight next. Josh Kelly, respectfully, you can wait your turn. Sebastian Fundora, you got something else coming up. The boxing world, wants to see Boots versus Vergil. They want to see it with no belts on the line. They want to see it more with 2 belts on the line. Needs to happen next.
Looking at it from a different angle, Teddy Atlas believes Vergil Ortiz has evolved into a far more complete fighter than many people originally gave him credit for. He pointed to Ortiz's recent performance as proof of his improved footwork, adaptability, and ability to box intelligently instead of depending only on constant pressure. In Atlas's opinion, that added versatility could play a crucial role if Ortiz eventually steps into the ring with Jaron Boots Ennis.
I'll say this, Vergil showed me a few fights ago that he had a dimension I didn't know he had. When he was just, going through guys, knocking them out with body shots, sinking and destroying. I don't think I knew or anyone knew that he had the ability to use his legs and box and do some boxing. He showed me that dimension. He showed me that dimension in that fight that some people thought he lost. First fight that he got tested. We didn't get a knockout.
Meanwhile, Robert Garcia sees absolutely no benefit in delaying a showdown between Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Jaron Boots Ennis. He believes Ortiz is already fully equipped for the challenge and has the kind of punching power capable of changing the fight with a single clean opening. In Garcia's view, putting the matchup off any longer only delays one of the biggest and most exciting fights the 154-pound division has to offer.
We're on there.
Does it make sense for Vergil to come straight into an Ennis fight or take a tune-up? How would you see it as his trainer? What would you recommend?
No problem. We would do it. Look, I know Eddie mentioned something about maybe Vergil needs or is going to want a comeback fight. No, that's not the case. Maybe that's what he wants for Boots. Maybe that's why he's trying to push that on us. to try to get Boots something else before that. But no, we'll go straight into that fight. I think if Vergil is able to, fight Boots and we were able to get those punches, I think it's over. I think Vergil is not gonna hold back. Vergil has great, insane power at 154. So I think Vergil will finish it.
On the other hand, Roy Jones Jr. believes the biggest mystery surrounding Jaron Boots Ennis is how he would react if he were forced to take a genuinely heavy punch. While Jones praised Boots for his well-rounded abilities and exceptional talent, he pointed out that this part of his game has yet to be fully tested against elite opposition. In Jones's opinion, that unanswered question could become one of the defining storylines if Ennis eventually faces Vergil Ortiz Jr.
You haven't seen Boots in against a guy that has touched him good enough to really test his chin. So that's the only thing we don't know about him yet. We don't know if he can take the real punch yet because we haven't seen it. But as far as the skill goes, he got everything. And that fight could be a very difficult fight because he has everything. And when a guy is talented and has the skill level that Boots has, anything can happen, but don't get it wrong.
From Jaron Boots Ennis' side, Boots Ennis believes his son's versatility is the quality that sets him apart from everyone else in the division. According to Boots has the technical ability to excel in every stage of a fight, whether he's dictating the pace from long range or battling comfortably on the inside. In his view, that all-around skill set makes Boots an incredibly difficult challenge for any opponent, including Vergil Ortiz Jr.
Fundamentals. He got all the fundamentals. He got everything. He can fight you inside, fight you outside. He can do whatever he want to do. So, he got everything.
Adding to his analysis, Boots Ennis believes Jaron Boots Ennis' punching power would ultimately be the deciding factor in a potential clash with Vergil Ortiz Jr. He feels Ortiz's aggressive style is likely to leave openings that Boots can exploit with his sharp timing and explosive offense. In Boots' opinion, that blend of precision and knockout power gives Boots the upper hand if the long-awaited matchup finally takes place.
Yeah. Do you think your son stops Vergil Ortiz?
Well, I think he stopped. If Vergil come in with that shit he's doing with what's his name? Erickson Lugan. Yeah. Oh yeah, he gonna run right into something. Remember, Vergil can punch, but Boots can punch too.
From his perspective, Troy Isley gives Jaron Boots Ennis the advantage over Vergil Ortiz Jr., while admitting the matchup comes with genuine danger. He believes Ennis has the overall skill set to control the fight despite Ortiz's strengths, but cautions that even a brief lapse in defensive focus could shift the momentum in an instant. In Isley's view, staying disciplined and avoiding unnecessary exchanges will be the key to securing victory.
Fight, I think he beats Vergil. I think Fundora's a great fight. He can beat Fundora, but I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think he catches Vergil. Honestly, I think Vergil lost to Bobachek? I thought Bobachek beat Vergil, but Vergil's a great fighter. He ain't no slouch. He's still. I feel like it's still 50-50. I feel like just the size don't really affect Boots. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Boots should still be able to do his thing against Vergil. He just can't get caught.
Yeah.
I feel like his footwork better. I feel like he got power. I feel like his speed better, and I feel like his defense better. I feel like he just can't get caught by Vergil. But I feel like other than that, everything else is better.
Tim Bradley believes boxing has entered a new chapter, one that he feels is being driven by Jaron Boots Ennis and his exceptional talent. Bradley argues that the rising star possesses a rare combination of skill, charisma, and excitement, making him the one fighter capable of capturing the sport's spotlight and becoming boxing's next major attraction.
Want those belts. This is Boots' era right now, man. This is Boots' era. If one guy could take the sport by storm, it's Boots Ennis. He could take the sport by storm. He can. He's entertaining people. He is so entertaining. Seriously.
The former world champion cautions that Sebastian Fundora has the exact physical advantages needed to create major problems for Jaron Boots Ennis. He explains that Fundora's extraordinary height, long reach, and relentless punch-out would combine to make him one of the toughest stylistic challenges for any fighter hoping to dominate the division or take his title.
A guy that I feel that could give Boots a run from his money. He could. And I only say that because of his attributes. Not because of his boxing skills. It's because of his attributes. That's why. This guy has, and it's Sebastian Fundora. You guys know who he is. He's a southpaw too, right? He has range. He has volume. He has punching power as well. Okay? He knows how to keep his distance.
Shifting his focus to the stylistic battle, Terrence Crawford believes Jaron Boots Ennis will have to fight with much greater discipline against Vergil Ortiz Jr. than he has in several of his past outings. Crawford cautions that Ennis's tendency to exchange punches and his occasional defensive lapses could be severely punished by a dangerous finisher like Ortiz. While Boots has managed to recover from those mistakes before, Crawford,
like he did the last time, Ortiz gonna finish him.
Wow.
So he gotta tighten up his defense.
10 steps behind you, right?
He gotta tighten up his defense. He gotta stop exchanging. I know he's faster than most. He's more explosive than most, but at the same time, he's shown in the past that he can get careless and that he's going out there just to fight, you know, and I don't think when you get higher and higher, that's going to be enough.
Similarly, Regis Prograis believes Jaron Boots Ennis holds the technical advantage, but he warns that Vergil Ortiz Jr.'s relentless mindset has the potential to completely alter the fight. Prograis views Ennis as the more refined and skilled boxer, yet he cautions that if a contest turns into a grueling physical war, it could play directly into Ortiz's strengths. From his perspective, the fighter who controls the tempo and dictates the pace will likely have the upper hand.
Right now, Vergil's just looking strong. You know, you just know, I mean, of course, skills do pay the bills, and I think Boots has really, really good skills, but Vergil is a monster. He's just a dog, you know, and sometimes, at the end of the day, like, this boxing, but sometimes it is a fight. You know, if Boots turns that into a fight like that, and sometimes, well, not Boots, if Vergil turns into a fight, you know, sometimes I think that he might come out victorious.
From a technical perspective, Coach Bregman believes Vergil Ortiz Jr. represents the toughest challenge Jaron Boots Ennis could face. In his view, the matchup is especially difficult because Ortiz's disciplined and efficient offensive style is perfectly designed to capitalize on the kinds of exchanges Ennis often welcomes. While Bregman acknowledges Ennis' superior athleticism and natural gifts, he believes Ortiz has the skill set to keep him under constant pressure and make him uncomfortable from the opening bell to the final round.
Stylistically, to me, the hardest fight for Boots is Vergil Ortiz. That's my honest opinion. Vergil Ortiz, Boots got them long, kind of like gangly arms, right? And sometimes he load up a little bit, and Vergil Ortiz punch short and compact, right in the mid-range on the inside, right where Boots like it. And in exchanges, Vergil Ortiz, I don't think he's as fast as Boots for like combinations of punches, but I do think that if Boots is throwing single shots, that Vergil's short, compact punches can get there. Because one thing Vergil don't play like this.
Looking at the matchup from another angle, Sean Zittel believes Jaron Boots Ennis has the style needed to give Vergil Ortiz Jr. serious problems, even though many fans consider Ortiz the favorite. He argues that Boots' footwork, mobility, and ability to generate offense while staying difficult to hit could expose weaknesses Ortiz has struggled with against similar opponents. In Zittel's opinion, those stylistic strengths may ultimately be the deciding factor and swing the fight in Ennis' favor.
You know what's one thing that makes me think Ennis does win that fight? Even though Ortiz right now on paper is the favorite. He's been at 54 and all. When you look at how Madrimov's awkwardness and his movement in that fight made it hard for Ortiz to get off until later in the fight. Ennis can implement the same things, but actually be hitting him while he's doing it.
Meanwhile, Sean Zittel believes a showdown between Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Jaron Boots Ennis would be action-packed from the very first bell. He expects Ortiz's relentless pressure and eagerness to exchange punches to push the fight into a fast-paced war instead of a cautious tactical battle. In Zittel's view, it's that clash of styles that makes this matchup one of the most exciting fights the division can offer.
He's not known for his velocity, but he does bring really good punching velocity, aka speed, and he's an incredible combination puncher. And he's not going to make the mistake of what you're saying of trying to outbox Vergil or Jaron Ennis. He's going to make it a firefight and go blow for blow. And oh my God, on paper, what a fight that should play out to be. And he has more firepower.
Building on that argument, Greg Hackett believes Jaron Boots Ennis would hold the advantage if the long-anticipated fight with Vergil Ortiz Jr. finally becomes a reality. In Hackett's view, Boots has already demonstrated that he performs at a level Ortiz would find difficult to keep up with. Because of that, he sees Ennis as the clear favorite heading into a potential showdown.
Vergil and his whole team is full of shit. They full of shit. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that fight was supposed to happen before the kid Xander got in there, right? Now, they see him go up in there with Xander and him so-called be hurt in the third round, and now everybody sees something. I guess y'all didn't see the part where the guy, got beat to submission in the 7th round. Here's the thing though. Xander's a better fighter than Vergil. Vergil's easy. Vergil's gonna get his beat bad. I'm telling you, Boots is gonna torture him. Cause you know why? It's not even because of the styles. It's because all this you did in Texas. You act like you was gonna fight me, and then you got out the ring and you said that Earl Spence was your dream fight. He's full of shit. Boots is gonna crush him, bro. I'm telling you. It's gonna get bad for I hope that fight happens. I hope the fight happens. Vergil is gonna get a rude awakening. It's gonna get bad for Vergil.
Looking at the tactical battle, Showbiz believes Jaron Boots Ennis should continue using the aggressive style that has served him so well in his recent performances. He argues that giving Vergil Ortiz Jr. too much space would allow him to settle into a rhythm and take control of the exchanges. In Showbiz's opinion, the strategy each fighter brings into the ring could be just as decisive as the talent they possess, making the game plan a crucial factor in determining the winner.
My take was the way Boots fights, and he's been fighting against Xander Zayas and how he's been fighting, okay? Against Lemos, that's how he should fight Ortiz. If he tries to fight being too slick and going backwards, Ortiz may be able to get him against the ropes, and he may be able to punish him against the rope.
Adding to his analysis, Showbiz believes Jaron Boots Ennis' strategy will be every bit as important as his physical gifts. He argues that allowing Vergil Ortiz Jr. to settle into a comfortable rhythm would only make him more dangerous as the fight progresses. Instead, Showbiz expects Boots to control the ring, dictate the pace, and make smart tactical adjustments throughout the contest. In his view, that disciplined approach gives Ennis the best chance of winning one of the most compelling matchups in boxing.
So all I was saying was, it behooves Boots to have Ortiz fight at his weakness, going backwards from the center of the ring. That's all I was saying. That's not a bad take. That's common effing sense. Now, if your take is Vergil could never win, there's no way he wins. Even if Boots is against the ropes, he doesn't win. Then we shouldn't be excited about the fight. F the fight. The fight is whack. If Ortiz, there's no way he should win. He should never even try. But what I'm saying is the likelihood of him winning goes up the more Boots is against the ropes.
Even so, Gary Russell Jr. believes Jaron Boots Ennis will be a far more complete fighter by the time a showdown with Vergil Ortiz Jr. finally happens. He expects Ennis to study his recent performances, address the weaknesses that have surfaced, and continue evolving before stepping into that fight. While Russell acknowledges that Ortiz's punching power makes him a serious threat, he ultimately believes Boots' improvements will allow him to separate himself and earn a convincing victory.
But I feel like he would be too flat-footed for Boots. He would be too slow of a pace for Boots. Boots, at this point, he's going to go look back at this fight with him and Xander and see where he went wrong. And by the time he fights somebody like Ortiz, he'll fix the problem by then. You know, so Ortiz, yes, he got a puncher's chance. You know, he come in shape, he's obedient, just as Xander was. But Boots, he got the ability to pull away from this guy and beat him in great fashion. You know, that will be another great-ass fight, hands down.
Gary Russell Jr. believes the showdown between Jaron Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. will ultimately be decided by skill rather than footwork or ring positioning. He expects both men to stand their ground and engage each other directly, but still favors Ennis because of his superior versatility and more complete overall game. Although Russell speaks highly of Ortiz's continued growth and dangerous punching power, he doesn't believe Ortiz has the all-around skill set that Boots brings into the ring.
I feel like that would give Boots more of a hassle versus a Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz, he's going to sit there in the pocket, and it's going to become a battle of who creativity is better and who land the better shots. That's it. Boots not going to have to do a lot of running, a lot of chasing. He's going to be sitting right there in the middle of the ring. And it's going to be going skill for skill. That's how that fight would look. Boots would, honestly, I feel like he would clean Vergil up. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Vergil Ortiz. He's a great fighter. Sound, very sound. And honestly, if he keep going in the path he's going, he'll be a knockout artist. But I don't think he got what Boots got.
Taking a closer look at the matchup, Sergio Mora believes the momentum currently sits on Jaron Boots Ennis' side. However, he feels Vergil Ortiz Jr. would benefit from one more fight to rebuild his momentum and strengthen his position before the two eventually collide. In Moore's opinion, that additional outing could help level the playing field and make one of boxing's most anticipated potential matchups even bigger when it finally happens.
They're going to want another quick tune-up before they get in the ring, because it's a tune-up, it's another payday, and it's an opportunity to get an upper hand on Boots, because Boots is the one that's white hot. All right, he's the one that people remember from that Zayas victory. It was all over the media, the talk shows, and all that. So Boots has an advantage over Vergil right now. But if Vergil comes back and knocks some, B-, C+ type guy, then you can even out the playing field.
With both camps continuing to make confident statements, the anticipation for a showdown between Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Jaron Boots Ennis keeps growing. If this fight is finally made official, it has all the ingredients to become one of the most thrilling matchups in boxing. So who do you have winning? Does Vergil Ortiz Jr. score the knockout, or does Boots' complete skill set carry him to victory? Share your prediction in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest boxing updates.